Carly Simon. OK, we've got Sarah coming up next. Let me say good luck, England. And good luck, NASA. Get that asteroid. We are back tomorrow with the book club. Laters.
BBC News at 5 o'clock. This is Nikki Cardwell. The Bank of England says it will not hesitate to change interest rates after the pound dropped to a record low. Labour has been setting out its economic plans at its party conference in Liverpool. And the Duke, who's organising the King's coronation, has been banned from driving for 6 months. The Bank of England says it will not hesitate to change interest rates to bring down inflation after the pound dropped to an all-time low. In a statement released in the past half hour, the bank said it would make a full assessment at its next scheduled meeting, despite speculation that it could raise interest rates earlier than expected. The pound fell to $1.03 this morning as the markets reacted to the government's plans for huge tax cuts and high levels of borrowing. It has since partially recovered and is now sitting at $1.06. Here's our economics correspondent, Andy Verity.
Investors lend money to the government by buying bonds, in effect IOUs, where the government promises to pay the money back in future and interest in the meantime. The less confidence investors have in the prospects for the UK economy and the government's finances, the more they want in interest. They're now demanding a rate of 4.2% to lend over 10 years, quadruple the level of a year ago. The Bank of England's now expected to nearly double its official interest rate to 4% by November and increase it to nearly 6% by June, with serious consequences for millions of mortgage borrowers.
Labour has pledged to fund an increase in NHS staffing by bringing back the top rate of income tax, which was scrapped by the government last week. The Shadow Chancellor, Rachel Reeves, said she would reinstate the 45% rate on earnings above £150,000 and use the money to ensure that the NHS has the doctors it needs. Speaking at the party's conference in Liverpool, she set out Labour's priorities if it were to win the next election.
Strong public services to support people and grow our economy. A greener, fairer Britain, with jobs for people in Britain. Industries owned by the people of Britain. Profits shared with the people of Britain. Pro-business and pro-worker for a stronger economy, where you do well. Because when you do well, Britain does well.
The number of people killed in a shooting at a school in central Russia has risen to 15, including 11 children. Officials said the gunman was a former pupil at the school and was wearing a T-shirt emblazoned with a Nazi swastika. He's believed to have killed himself. 2 teenage boys have been remanded in custody after appearing in court charged with the murder of a 15-year-old in Huddersfield. Kyrie McLean was stabbed outside his school last week and died later in hospital. The boys, aged 16 and 15, will appear at Leeds Crown Court on Wednesday. 800 jobs are at risk at Doncaster Sheffield Airport after its owners announced that it will close because of a fundamental lack of financial viability. The Peel Group said services would wind down from next month. Here's our transport correspondent, Katie Austin.
Since a strategic review of the airports was launched in July, there have been discussions with local and regional government bodies, the Department for Transport and aviation businesses. On Friday, the South Yorkshire Mayoral Combined Authority and local councils proposed funding the airport's losses until the end of October next year. But Peel Group said today that a fundamental lack of prospective revenue streams, coupled with high operating costs, were problems they could not get past, and they would not accept any public sector grant to cover the costs of an airport that was not viable.
A member of the House of Lords has been banned from driving for 6 months, despite claiming that he needs his licence to arrange the King's coronation. The Duke of Norfolk, who was also responsible for organising the Queen's funeral, pleaded guilty